share from Twitter.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's try
tilt
this.
up a little bit so Amy and Lisa have it more. Hold on.
You can't see.
I don't get a big half mouth.
No, Lori, up.
Maybe. People want to see you.
Why don't you just come down here?
Just sit in the back of that chair.
Cass, no one needs to be there.
How does love?
What are you doing? We're hanging out. Still says we have 0 viewers.
Live now.
This is
You okay? There's a 29-second video on our YouTube channel now.
Okay, turn it
Okay.
off. It's us being really annoying. Turn it off.
hold on.
Delete.
It still says we have 0. Oh no, we're live, but it says we have 0
Oh,
viewers.
hello.
Maybe you should tweet the link.
Okay.
Okay, we're
I
live.
just tweeted it. Well, it's not tweeted.
Wait, Dean, go to
It's
YouTube and
loading.
delete that video.
Yes, I know. I'm about to do that.
It's fine, guys. It doesn't matter right now. We should just keep flashing.
Is it? No one's even watching us.
Let's see if it's streaming.
That's what I'm doing, but it has to load this.
Alright, see you next.
Oh,
Oh,
And again,
Están aquí.
something that
Ay, qué guay.
yeah, I know.
Perfect.
Okay. Anyway,
Ok, perfecto.
yes, it says that it's working.
Un moment, don't show the camera.
Okay,
Uh,
so can anyone see us? You can't see me, so that's Dean's fault.
here's the chat. Here's just some people.
Okay, let me just. Dean, you can't see me.
Someone said yes.
Okay,
Okay, look, people are coming on. You can see. Yay! But I can't watch it. I'm trying to. But it said no
Okay, let me
Wi-Fi.
try.
Wait, why do I have no?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Stop.
Why is there only 2 people in the chat?
There's 32, but only 2 people are
So it
talking.
says it's full.
Maybe you have to have an account to talk.
Uh-oh.
Let me look at mine.
Guys, what?
Okay, wait, we should try
Ustream.
Hold
Ustream did
on.
not work.
We're not doing Ustream. That didn't work.
Why would it not work? That's so
Everyone said
weird.
there, stop. Everyone says there's ads, and that is we don't
Okay,
want an
but
ad. Come on.
streaming it all.
Okay,
Let me look at this
everyone
and see
hates
if it works
every
on my
website.
phone.
All right, well, let's just try
No
another
one
one.
hated YouTube, but now it's not working.
So now we don't.
Hold on. Let's see if it works on mine.
It's not loading on mine.
I
It
have
works.
No internet and I have no service, so yeah.
Hey, Malu.
I don't want to get a freaking app.
Did we tweet the
Okay,
link?
Yeah, I did. I just clicked on it, but it's not loading.
Okay, I just clicked on it and here we are.
70 viewers. Woo.
61.
Someone look
It's
at
not
Twitter
working.
mentions. Okay, Lisa. It's not working on my phone because the Wi-Fi's not working.
Okay, join on Lisa.
Why are there only like 2 people on the chat? That's the real question.
Okay, so it's working. We're live.
Okay, so
But
if I
not
tweet
very many
on
people are able
YouTube
to get on
link-
it. Only 82
I
people are on it.
just clicked on it and it worked. Did you tweet a YouTube one?
I tweeted whatever the link
This is,
was.
let me do this. Let me do this.
What does that mean?
This is a YouTube link that Alex just tweeted me that worked.
All right, try
Okay.
Everyone says you now is good.
It's not though. We tried to do it and it didn't work.
Well, actually, we tried the tester, and we technically have our account. We could try that. But
Did you just retweet it? Are you on the ban list?
don't use this. Okay, whatever. Everyone hates everything.
Okay.
No, the hangout, Jenny.
Some people say it's working. Some people say it's not.
Well,
it's
whoever
cool.
can hear it can tell
Yeah,
everyone
okay.
else. Everything.
But a
lot of
lot of people
people
are
say
saying
no.
it's not working.
Maybe we should try a different
Hold
one.
on.
I just tweet the YouTube one so the hangout link. Yes, everyone's saying yes, it's working. I see you. Yes,
Okay, I'll do-
yes.
did you
yes,
tweet that in the
yes,
ban
yes,
account,
yes,
Okay,
Lisa?
now we're getting
Yeah,
more
she
viewers.
did.
Alrighto. Can anyone join the? Okay, this is groups. Why can I hear something?
Can you just ask them to turn their microphones off?
I just muted.
No, I'm curious.
Chat. How do I go to like the chat settings?
You can mute people on your own screen.
Okay, looks like it's working. for everyone, I think.
Look, it's not showing the moment.
Let's start talking to people. I think it's working, right?
Yeah, it's working. Okay, good.
Wait, I have a question for everyone. Well, this is going to come in like 10 seconds later or something. If you're watching right now, then can you hear the other people? There's like other fans who are in the thing right now. Can you see or hear them or
And
not?
is it altering your experience?
Are you able to hear and see us?
No,
It's just us.
Oh, good, good.
Only a few people can go in this chat, so I guess people should just tweet us if they have something to say.
Yeah, tweet us if you have something to say.
We'll
look
go
at our
on Twitter. Well,
With hashtag.
You're all tweeted right.
Oh yeah, let's do a
Live
hashtag.
stream.
Cimorelli live
What's your
stream.
question?
okay, hashtag Cimorelli live stream.
All right,
Let me tweet that right
I'm
now.
making
I see Nathan.
live stream.
And then do the link.
Oh, and if you're wondering what the noises are in the background, we're at our friend's house, and because our Wi-Fi's out right now, and they're remodeling one of the rooms, so there's some hammering noises in the background.
Alright, I just tweeted it.
Go.
Okay.
Yay, people are coming on. I see the numbers.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I know some of you get mad when I do most of the talking, but I'm doing most of the talking today, so if that makes you mad, just turn it off right now.
And miss the whole thing.
Yeah. So we lost all of you. Just kidding. So yeah, sorry if you get mad about that, because I know sometimes people tweet me and say, Christina did all the talking, but yeah. So our electricity went out, so we had to come to our friend's house. It was a horrible day. Everything went
It was a
wrong.
really bad day.
Yeah, today's a really bad day for
You
me.
know what? I had Cheez-Its and honey gramos.
It wasn't that
Okay, and we had no food in our house, even worse.
I had peanut butter and jelly.
7 in the morning.
So the hair's not very light. So
Well, it doesn't look very much because it's dark.
we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff, and I even stop shaking the camera. It was like so personal and important stuff that I wanted to say for a while, so I even made a bunch of notes on this computer, and I typed it all up. And because I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm gonna say a bunch of stuff and like announce something, and then just tell you guys. Can you hear all that construction? Well, oh well.
You hear us.
There's a lot of construction going on in this house, but it's better than having no chance. So I am gonna go to my notes.
Professor Christina.
I can't see.
Well, you don't see.
Well, you guys don't see yourselves, right?
I don't even see.
I'm gonna put it to the side, so I can at least see if I'm doing anything weird. Okay. So don't read my notes while I'm talking. If you read them while I'm talking, I'm not gonna be happy. Okay.
Well, you can't see where I'm looking.
So because you'll be like not paying attention. Okay. So we'll answer some questions after. Hi, Peter. Okay, so I'm just waiting a sec to see like more people coming on because a lot of people are coming on every second. I don't want to like say everything important. So,
Can you just say shout out to Val really fast because I just remember.
okay, we're not doing chats. Okay, so
Why? I'm doing
because we have to talk about a bunch of stuff.
So,
If we do a bunch of shout outs, we're not
It
going to
doesn't
talk
sound
about
like
it.
you're talking.
Yes, it does. I can hear myself right now.
Sound like
You are mute.
So,
The cameras.
I'm going to start by saying what I wrote here. Okay, so I'm not going to be really specific with anything I say. So anything you
Can
assume,
and will be held against you in the court of law.
anything you assume is you assuming. It's not me saying it. I'm just going to be really broad about everything. So you can assume whatever you want, but you might be wrong. Because you might be very wrong. I don't want to I'm not saying anything specific about any person or any group or whatever, because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus or anything. I just want to be broad, and I'm not trying to bash anyone or anything, because I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just here to be honest, so you guys can get to know us better and know more of what's going on with us and stuff.
know where we're at. And where
yeah, our
we're usually
experience.
at.
Yeah, and I look depressed right now because I'm really in a down mood because today's been a horrible day. But you don't have to tweet me and say, I'm really worried. You seem like you're going down a horrible path in your life or something, because I'm just having a really bad day. That happens all the time.
Speakers, and then you have to worry about it.
Yeah, we don't need to. Okay. I heard someone moving around and it freaked me out. Okay, so we wanted to do something that people never do and people never say in the music industry. Oh, if I'm talking too loud, can you guys like tweet it that I'm like yelling and it's like blowing your eardrums out, because I don't know if I'm being too loud or not. Because I don't know. So tell me if I'm being way too loud. We want to like tell you guys a lot more of things that you don't know about, because well, to be honest, a lot of things that people tweet on Twitter obviously, are really, really, really wrong.
Really far off.
But people say it with so much authority that people think that's right, but it's wrong.
They're like, their manager told them they needed to buy a llama, otherwise the president would deport them.
And then everyone's like, oh yeah, I heard that.
They're like, I saw a tweet that the llama.
Okay, so I see stuff a lot. I try not to look at Twitter very much because it's kind of depressing if you look at it too much. Like getting that many, I don't think it's like normal or good to have that many like opinions in your mind. So it's kind of like damaging. But I see a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of stuff before that's just like so false. Like, yeah, in the industry, this, and this. And I'm like, you have no idea. I don't know why you said that. It didn't make any sense. But people think that they know what's going on. And it freaks me out. Like, if you've never like worked with a label and managers and producers and all these people, you don't really have the authority to say anything about those things. You can say like, I think this, or I assume this, but you can't actually say it as a fact if you've never been there. You really have no idea.
Well, you know what? I can see why people would assume that, because there's so many like movies and TV shows, and they really paint this picture like, oh, Hollywood is this and that. So I can see why you would think that. But it's
I understand.
It's accurate, but in some ways it's a lot different.
Being duped. So it's been like really, really frustrating. I think you notice that from a lot of people on Twitter. Almost like every like celebrity on Twitter, I notice has like some sort of breakdown on Twitter and is like, you guys need to stop saying this. They're like, stop hating. It happens like all the time, so everyone notices it. So I'm gonna start getting into some broad specifics.
Wow.
Some broad specifics.
That's an oxymoron.
I didn't like organize these thoughts. I didn't have time, so that's bad. Okay. First, I want to say when we started the band in 2007. I don't think we had the best intentions. I don't think we had the worst intentions, but I don't think we had the best intentions. I think we were honestly just like everyone, and kind of just like, oh, it would be so cool to be famous.
I don't think I had that, but maybe someone.
So it wasn't the best intentions. It wasn't like, oh, we really want to like help people, blah blah. Like obviously, I was never like I don't want to help people, but it wasn't the best intentions, and it was like kind of like unhealthy. And then as things actually started like getting bigger and we started getting views and started getting fans and everything, then it was really overwhelming and confusing, and no one knew what was going on. So it was such a new thing, like social media, and it was very like hard to deal with because it's so unnatural to have that many people paying attention to you and commenting on things. It's so unnatural, and like all the support was just like incredible. Like it really inspired us and like helped us get through so much stuff. But then the hate, which was such a small percentage compared to the positive stuff, but hate was really hard, especially at that time. Like that's like I was a teenager when that started, and like they were all like younger teenagers or like younger than teenagers, and that's like really hard to deal with that, especially like when you're like growing up in that time, you know, puberty, and you're going through all this stuff anyway, and then you add in all these people commenting on everything. It's like can be really hard. And like for instance, right now I'm touching my hair because it's annoying me. You'd be commenting on that. Oh my gosh, so annoying touching your hair. It's like every little thing you do, people point out, especially if they think that it will like hurt your feelings, and that's not very nice. So when we moved to LA, it was very shocking because we were not used to any of that. There was like people were dressing completely different than our hometown. Like everyone's trying to stand out. People acted completely different than what we were used to. It was just such a different experience that we were not prepared for, and we didn't know anything about the industry. We literally knew nothing. So we didn't know what was going on, so we would go into like like sessions and stuff, and just be like, okay, we need to listen to them, like writing, recording, whatever. We'd be like, we need to just listen to them because they're the
Adults.
professionals.
Adults.
I thought, okay, they're professional. They get paid a lot for this. They know what they're talking about. They wouldn't say anything wrong, obviously, because why would they? So we would just listen to what everyone told us, and that was the first couple years. And we're really lucky that we didn't actually get like promoted too much by our. Oh, someone says, why do I hear other people talking? If you're one of the other people in the thingy, can you please not talk? Because then people can't hear.
Yeah, some people might not know how to turn you down. So
I can hear a man's voice, someone says. Can you guys please like mute your microphones if you're on the thingy? Because then you're talking over something that's kind of awkward. So it was really hard when we first got here, and it was really confusing, and we would do what everyone told us, and luckily they didn't push, like our label didn't push us out that much at that point, so you guys didn't get to see a lot of that stuff, because if we had put stuff out at that point, it would have been really weird.
Because they knew and we knew and we all knew we weren't ready to release anything, so that's good that they didn't try to force that.
Yeah.
So, it was all really hard in the beginning, and then we did like stuff like we would start going to like events and red carpets and recording stuff, and what's all the stuff we did?
like award
All the industry
shows.
stuff, like doing photo shoots, blah blah blah, all that stuff that you like
Media training.
dream about.
Oh,
Yeah, you
media
get.
training.
So I guess I wanted to like fill you guys in on what actually happens, because you don't actually know, because I don't know why, but people in the entertainment industry do not want to tell you what actually happens.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
I do not know why they will not tell you. I think because they're trying to create this like,
Facade.
yeah.
It's like exclusive.
They're trying to make it, well, obviously they're trying to make it really exclusive, because that's like what the industry is all about. It's about like elevating yourself above everyone else. It's like, to be honest, it's like, I have the most views, I have the biggest numbers, I have the biggest sales. That's all people want, is to be like the number one. So it's about like elevating yourself above others, and why would you want to let the general public in on that? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
I noticed that this isn't anything in life, in your school, at your job, anywhere you go, when there's a group of people will try, or there's like any community, people will try to elevate themselves above and make it so that the people below them cannot get up there by making it so hard for them. For instance, making it so you have to have a certain thing to get up there that they know most people won't have. Like, you can't be where I am because you don't have the money I have, or you don't have the fame that I have, or you don't have the looks that I have. Whatever it is, or the skills that I have.
The degree that.
Yes, in every single place, in college, like everywhere you go, people bring themselves to the top and try to keep everyone out and below them, because it makes them feel better, because they're insecure, because all of us are insecure in some way, and that's one way that people have found of dealing with it.
It's like overcompensating.
Yeah, that's one way people deal with it. So in the industry, there's just so much stuff that you do that no one talks about, and everyone assumes they know what they're talking about when they don't. And I want to tell you guys like the process of what you do and what it's like. You go into a writing session, and
That means that they're like putting some people together in a room to write a song, if you're wondering.
And some of the people, most of the time, we've been in a lot of writing sessions, and we've worked with like some people who are like the very top, who have written like tons of #1 songs and been like the #1 writers, like blah blah blah, Grammy Award winners, blah blah blah, that stuff. We've worked with some really big names before. We haven't released like any of this stuff because it didn't turn out very big. Because most of the song, okay, and then I can hear people right now saying they had a chance to release this and they turned it down. Wow, horrible decision. Most of the songs that these people write, they write every day. Most of them. These
Multiple
big
songs a
producers
day.
and writers, they do stuff every single day,
So
and most of
many
them don't go
songs.
anywhere. They're bad.
Imagine
And they
you
get a
write like
few.
365 songs or less around that a year, and then how many hits do you have? You don't have 300 hits, you have like 10.
Maybe.
You're doing really well or whatever. Like,
So
just because you wrote a song doesn't mean it's necessarily good.
So just because you worked with that person does not mean it's going to be good.
Usually they just give you their rejects that are not that good.
No. So anyway, a lot of times when you go in with a writer or a producer, then they don't want to do anything like personal at all, which I don't even know why I want to do anything personal. So I'm just telling you what they do. They don't want to do anything personal. They don't ask you about your life or anything. They just say, something like, okay, I have this list of names in my phone. Let me look through it. Song names, titles.
A song called Artichoke Heart.
No. They come up with the ideas and they're like, the right one, or like, it's you.
And then you're writing and they're like, no, you can't say that word twice. So make sure that you only say it once.
And then they have all these random rules that no one actually made. They like made them up. Like, but it's kind of like who actually made that up. If you think about like piano, for instance, like a piano was somehow invented. And then there's people like Mozart who are really great at piano, and they would like write stuff before they had these rules. They would like compose things, and then later on, people would analyze what they did and create piano rules based on what they did. But when they were composing in the beginning, like the beginning composers, they didn't have any rules. There was no music theory. They were like making it up in the beginning, very, very beginning of music. Someone made up music theory. Like, it's just a person made it up. But then we follow it, and we get like, really obsessed with rules that some random person made up, and we think that because this person made it up that they are somehow above us, we need to listen to it. I don't understand why we do that, but this literally goes for everything in school, even with stuff like grammar. Did you realize you actually don't have to follow any grammar rules ever in your entire life?
Yeah.
Someone just made it up.
Speak out about that.
People might, you might look really unprofessional if you literally just type everything like you, two, and like 8 and stuff. Okay, maybe people won't understand you. They probably will though. But if you like leave a comma out, or you don't capitalize a letter,
Or you misspell a word.
people will probably still know what you're talking about. And no, I'm trying. This is the point. I'm talking about rules. Can you guys stop? Okay, sorry. I just want to talk about things. I don't like people like. See, I'm putting my real personality in here, not being fake. Normally, in the front of the camera, you try to be all like nice and like look like you're smiling the whole time, which I don't normally smile 24/7. But anyway, when I'm talking about grammar, this is really important because we all follow those rules, but we don't even know why we follow them. Can you tell me why you follow them? Why do you have to use a comma? You actually don't. But we've chosen to all accept it. And in music, it's the same thing. And there's all these music fans. There's a lot that are like music snob types. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a type. And you're really into like technical music. So you're like...
The majority of people are not. But
yeah, most people aren't into this. This is a small group. They're like, oh, did you hear that run? Oh, that high note? Oh, that low note? Oh, did you hear the chord change there? Whatever. They talk about a lot of like technical things like that. Oh, those harmonies.
It's cool to appreciate those things.
It's really cool to appreciate. Well, for them, it is all about that. Yeah. That's their thing. So for me, that's not what it's all about. But that's not. I'm not hating on you. That's your thing. We got some of those fans from our acapella stuff, which, to be honest, I didn't really enjoy. If I'm being completely honest, I don't appreciate. I appreciate that you're saying like, oh, I love your harmonies, but I don't appreciate like someone taking something that's art and then going through the technical aspect of the art and like ripping it to shreds and being like. This. Because if you listen to the radio and you listen to like really big artists, I'm not going to name anyone, but I'm thinking of someone specific right now, some of the biggest singers do not sing very well. And they don't even sing live, but you don't care. And they record themselves singing, and maybe they do it with a lot of emotion, but they don't really like hit every note, or they don't have the best tone. Sometimes their voice may kind of be not the most pleasant, but the general public doesn't care. They still listen to it. But there are these technical people out there who are like, oh, they can't sing. They need to quit. But I don't think if you can't, I don't think if you're like not the best technical singer in the world, you should quit. I don't think the singing and music world is reserved only for the best technical people. I don't really think that's right in my opinion, but some people disagree with me. This is just my opinion. This is just my thing. And I want you guys to, something I've been thinking about, I've been literally been thinking about talking to you guys about this for a really long time, but I always put it off because who would actually do this, right? Would you guys go on and talk to a bunch of people about all this personal stuff and try to be real with people? You probably wouldn't. You probably, most people don't even show your pictures on the internet, which might be a good idea, but a lot of you don't show much of yourself. No, I mean, it might be a good idea for like safety reasons.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of you just don't put much of yourself out there, which I don't think you should put a lot out there on the internet. And so I'm saying you would not do this because it's really scary and it's definitely a risky. So I want you guys to just imagine yourselves in our position for a little bit and imagine if every career move or every life move you made was picked apart by thousands of people. Imagine if you could go on the internet and you could like read tons of people's opinions about yourselves. Okay? Imagine if every time you made a decision about like college, you had a bunch of tweets that were like, I can't believe she picked that college. Bad choice. She's gonna regret this. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. Imagine that, or you get like a bad grade and everyone knows about it and everyone's like, wow, like it was public. Your career stuff, or school stuff, or you're at your job, right? You work at a restaurant and it's public, so everyone goes, did you see how bad she was tonight? It was horrible, and everyone's like, yeah, I know.
To me. Someone's like, you finally learned how to pour water, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm volunteering at church.
No, I'm talking about public stuff. Anyway, imagine if every career move you made was public and people could comment on it and in your normal life, okay? Just think about that and think how it'd feel, because I think you guys forget that we can see stuff. I try not to look at it because I don't think it's a good idea, but we are people and we can read.
Yeah, I've read a lot of hurtful things about myself, and like it just like blows my mind. I'm like, do they think that I don't have feelings or access to a computer? Like, people act like it's just this bathroom wall where you just scroll things and like it doesn't matter, but it's actually really hurtful when someone calls you ugly or like calls you like bad at whatever you're doing. Like, it's actually really, really mean.
And like when people are like hating on us, they don't even like us, that's one thing. But if it's like our own fans, like some of the things that you guys say like are really hurtful, and I don't want to say hurtful things about you guys. I don't want to comment on your personal life and like tweet it to the world. I don't want to do that to you, so I don't really know why you do that to us. And a lot of times you mean well, and that's like great. Like I can't judge anything. I can't judge any person because I don't know your intentions, and I'm not inside of your brain and your soul and your heart and everything. I cannot judge anyone. I do not have the authority for that. But I just wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you that it is like really hurtful if I make a decision or we do something and then you guys all tweet about how you think it was so dumb.
It doesn't happen every day, but.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that doesn't happen every day, thank goodness. It
Never happened.
It doesn't happen that much.
And there's a lot of people that are just really supportive, and they like trust us, and they trust us as artists, and they seem to be on like, okay, you guys know yourselves, you know what you're doing, and like I'm going to support you no matter what. And I would like to say shout out to all those people. There are a lot of people out there who I see nothing but positivity and encouragement, and it's just like this. I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion, but to see those encouraging things when you're taking risks on a daily basis, it really means a lot.
And that's something else I want to say is that I can hear people right now in my head, of course, now I have these voices in my head of opinions. I can hear people saying, it's my Twitter. I'm supposed to put opinions there. Yes, I cannot tell you what you cannot do on your Twitter. I'm just telling you my feelings. Like if I were tweeting back at you, you'd probably tell me like that was hurtful. Probably. You guys do tell me stuff like that. You're like, that was offensive that you just said that, okay? But I don't really tweet you and tell you that. But a lot of people are thinking that, I'm sure right now. It's my Twitter, and I just want to post opinions on it. But I'm wondering why you want to do that. Like, why do you actually want to post a bunch of opinions that could hurt someone on your Twitter? Like, if you want to, like, text each other or something, like, okay, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to, like, have a group, like, DM that doesn't involve us or something, or, like, text each other and be like, what did you think of this? Oh, that was a dumb move. I don't think you should have done that. I love that, whatever. Then that is totally different than you tweeting it where we can see it. Not that you can't do that. You can do whatever you want.
And a lot of times you don't, like you could be tweeting something that you don't know is offensive to somebody, but it could be like, I for a long time was really sensitive about spelling errors and typos, but obviously I don't care anymore.
And then everyone would point it out.
And everyone would point it out, and I would feel so embarrassed because
it makes you feel dumb.
Sensitive, because being dumb is one of my biggest insecurities.
Well, I think everyone who's watching would also feel bad if they had tons of tweets every time they made a spelling mistake. But you don't get all that, so you don't know how it feels to have that many happen to you. And we don't have very much hate compared to a lot of people. We really don't. So I feel really bad for other artists and what do you call like Vine people? Like Vine people. Artists and social media people. Like I feel really bad because the things that people tweet them are just like scary, horrific, are so hateful. Like we don't get that much hate. The only thing people really hate on us for is like them having crooked fingers and like maybe they think that we suck. So that's not really that bad. Like the things that other people get is like we don't even get very much like profanity. Like the things that people say that are mean or they call us are not bad at all. I haven't been called very many bad things at all. So I'd say I'm really grateful for that, and I do really appreciate that. So I can't imagine how other people feel. And there's a few fan bases I've seen that I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. I'm not going to be specific, but there's a few fan bases who I don't understand how they're fans of the artists that they support because they are so mean to them. And when I see this stuff sometimes, because you guys are fans of them, the same kind of thing, of these other artists, when I see some of these things, I'm like, how do these other artists not like cry themselves to sleep every night? Because that is so much pressure, having like your fans hate on you like that, and you guys don't do that to us. So
We want to say thank you.
I have to say thank you for that. So back to my notes. There's one thing that I wanted to say, which is like a really big compliment to you guys, is that we have done, like, you guys don't know, it's kind of weird, but you guys don't know like half of the people that we've met or worked with in the industry. It is so many.
We don't take pictures with every single person we meet.
Yeah, we don't take pictures with all the big people we work with and then post them like most people do. We don't do that. So you don't have a clue of who we've met and who we've worked with, which is interesting. A lot of people post facts online about who we've met and who we've worked with, and they're not facts.
I saw this. This is hilarious. I'm not gonna say.
Don't say that. Do not say that. I'm not gonna say.
I have no idea.
It's just really sad, and I know that's never going to go away. People are always going to think they know all these facts. They don't, but it is really frustrating. Imagine that if you had all these facts posted about you that were not true. You would probably go insane because it is so frustrating because you don't even want to bring attention to it.
Well, unless you just say it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it depends, but it can be really frustrating when people go around thinking that stuff, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, because you don't want people thinking things about you that aren't true.
But we've worked with so many big people and big names and big like groups in the industry, and we have gotten this great comment from almost every single one that has interacted with you guys. We work with people who've worked with like the biggest names in the entertainment industry, and they will say stuff to us like, I've never seen a fan base like yours before. They're so supportive and so passionate, which is so true of you guys, because there are other fan bases that are as loud as you guys, but they're not as supportive or kind. You guys are so special. We get that comment all the time, and I'm like, every time people say that, I'm like shocked because I'm like, you work with like these big names that have these big fan bases, and you're saying ours is more supportive and passionate than that. It's like such a good thing to hear.
Yeah, and people always say to me like, is it weird like that you get stopped on the street by like fans? And honestly, not weird at all, because everyone I've met is so nice. Like, and our meet and greets, like, consistently, people are so, I don't know what it is, but like for some reason the people who are attracted, like the Sin fam, are just like nice people in general. And like, yeah, sometimes like they're battling darkness and they go through dark times just like we all do, but they tend to just have really good hearts and like mean really well.
Yeah.
So we have noticed that.
I really appreciate it.
You see it.
Really appreciate that. And let me see what else I want to say. There's a lot more I want to say. Okay, no, I have to like organize it in my head. There's so much stuff that I want to say. I think I'll talk about I'll go in chronological order. So we started working on all these people, blah, 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 did all this stuff, and then started to get really frustrated because I started to think like the industry, and it started to really get me down. I think all of us did. It started to really get to us, and I started thinking about events and numbers and everything all the time, and like, we need to look like this, we need to be like this, we need to do that, and it's really stressful. And we started going to a lot more events, and let me tell you this, people are so wrong again. I saw some tweets about this so off. For events, you get in by like a publicist or a connection that you have to the event, or you can like buy tickets, whatever it is. You've never bought tickets to an event, but you can buy tickets to events. To walk the red carpet, it's a publicist or a connection. They don't really invite. They invite some people, like people who are nominated and stuff, for an award show or something, or like a premiere. But in general, it's a publicist that get people there, and they want you to come there because you have a fan base. And they want you to tweet about it. So if we don't go somewhere, it's not because they do not invite us. They don't personally send out invitations. Everyone comes. That's not how it works. Your PR person gets you there, or you have a connection. So we can go to any of these like award shows and events and a lot of these premieres that we want to, but I hate them.
We choose
I don't
not
want
to.
to. Sometimes they want to go, so they go. But I do not want to go. And once again, I can hear people saying, bad career choice.
Do you want to say why you don't want to go?
Yeah, well, I think I'll get there, but because I was going to go through the stuff, but it's so annoying having people comment on everything. I can hear it in my head.
Especially just hearing it in your head. You're doing commenting in your own head.
See, for some reason on my Twitter, I feel like the people are just like, oh, cool card that you picked out. So I don't really see the stuff, but Christina sees it a lot. So
yeah, you don't actually know what's a good career choice for us, so it's done. Okay, you can guess, but until you've done it, you can't say that.
Or until you see it play out.
Yes, but you don't know. That's the other thing. That's the main thing I'm going to get to is our actual goals.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's where we take a turn.
yeah, we're taking a turn. Don't worry, I'm not going to be negative forever. It's just like it's just
And
built
this is
up a
not
long
even supposed to
time.
be a mostly negative thing. This is actually.
This isn't a negative thing. It's
more just truthful.
Yeah, it just starts out negative. And I'm being so honest because most of the time I try. Okay, my normal face is like this. This is me not doing anything.
She's not mad. She's chilling.
Their normal face when they sit there, they're like,
It's like this.
I'm like, how did you do that?
Wait,
My
Wait,
face
what's her normal face?
does not normally smile, and people always like I'm mean or something, but I'm not.
No, I look sad a lot. People.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
look
like this,
sad.
and they're like, you look like someone just died.
So I normally when we do stuff, I try to like smile more.
Wait,
but
someone tweeted us. I hope the band doesn't end. This is not a
Not
breakup
a band.
announcement.
This is not a
We're
breakup
not-
announcement.
Okay,
Oh my god.
But I will tell you, now that I got to this point, in the last couple of years, I would lay in bed all the time and think, why am I doing this? I want to quit right now and just go get married and have 10 kids.
Or if you want to be like a real estate agent or something.
Because, okay, biological clock ticking.
Hey.
I do want to have a bunch of kids, but anyway, I'm staying in this for now, so yes. I would get like really, really down and just be like, why am I doing this? This sucks. I hate this. Not that I hate, like, I like music and I love you guys and
Love
everything,
writing music.
but like there's so much stuff that I hated, and I figured out why. I'll tell you, I get to the good part. I figured it out. But I was just like, why do I hate this? I thought I wanted this. I thought I wanted to live here. I thought this was going to be good.
Yeah.
You know what though? Back when we had an old manager who managed some of the people who are now, she would tell us the same stories of like some of my favorite artists that she managed.
We're not mentioning it.
Blank was. I had to stay up till 4 a.m. in the hotel room counseling her last night.
She was breaking down
She missed her
crying.
family. She was so
She hated LA.
Apparently, a lot of people go through.
So it's not just us.
I mean, life in general is just hard.
But I think a lot of people like take a turn with this and they go a different way. Like they decide to start drinking more or like going out more or doing something to distract them. Or drugs, because you know they're really, really big.
Or they just emotionally
Drugs
shut
are really
down.
big in everywhere, but especially the entertainment industry, I would say yes. Okay, most sessions that I go to.
Well, most jobs you can't show up intoxicated.
Okay, yes, people work high/drunk all the time in our industry all the time. We go to a session and it's like
People don't do that with us. during
never
that.
with us. Never with us.
Yeah, I
We do
don't
not work with people who are intoxicated because that is not.
Well, but
But
even
also-
even people who do that a lot won't do it. That's which is good.
It's really nice. We don't even tell them. They
I
just
think
like
they
know.
get the hate when we schedule it for like 11 in the morning. They're like,
But I would say maybe even most, but a lot, maybe majority of writing sessions and songs and recording are done while people are high/drunk. So intoxicated. For any children, I don't want to say any like words that kids would be like uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
All right. And then I get hate for that because people are like, why are you trying to be appropriate? You're 24.
how dare
I'm sorry, is there like an age about not being appropriate?
Yeah, there's no, guys, stop trying to tell everyone to be quiet. Okay?
Guys, we can all talk. It's okay.
That's another thing that I want to say is that everyone thinks, for us older people especially, like, not everyone thinks. We get
Some
comments
people.
about,
Some
like,
people.
why would you change the words? Because I do not want, or why do you wear clothes that are more modest? I wore this cami under my shirt because I'm better than you. That's why.
Stop. She's
She's
kidding.
the only reason. Okay, if you don't know what sarcasm is, then she's kidding. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, I would like to say that our clothing choices have never been motivated by I think I'm better than someone.
Okay, I don't think everyone thinks that.
No, I'm not saying anyone thinks that, but
No.
people have said that before.
Okay, we made choices because I okay, I think of like my little cousin, she's four. And when I think of her, she like really looks up to us. She's like, when you guys move, I'm gonna live where the Cimorellis live.
She wants to do everything we do.
She like wants to do everything we do.
She's like, you wearing makeup? I'm gonna wear makeup.
And we're like, you're 4.
We don't wear makeup. You're.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's so offensive. If I think it's a good idea, okay, I'm saying I know people hate on me all the time for doing more than everyone else, but in the band, it's the majority of it is my vision, and they are not going to disagree on this. They're not going to say, no, she's lying. I'm in charge of everything because they don't want to be in charge. They don't want to boss everyone around. They don't like that.
Except for Lauren. Lauren's pretty good.
Lauren's
second in command. Like today we had to do something about Christina. I was like, Lauren, you're in charge.
We all agree on everything, but it's artistically, it's me, and then Lisa and Lauren probably have the most input because they just have more input. But everyone has input. But I'm sorry if you're offended that I'm talking the most. I'm really sorry. But well, I can just see everyone getting mad at me.
Yeah, but who cares? That's not everyone. That's like
okay. Anyway.
everyone when you're talking about like 3 people.
Okay, people. I'm sorry if it offends you that I don't want my 4-year-old cousin to wear something really revealing or to say something inappropriate because she saw me do it.
Ooh, that would be awkward.
If that is really offensive to you, then don't watch what we do. Just don't watch it. You can just turn it off.
And honestly, when you hang out with children and you're around, like, they're just so, like, you know this, you probably all know little kids, and you were a kid once. You just look at the world with this childlike innocence and this excitement and curiosity, and we lose that as we get older, but I think we can all agree that we don't want to lose that. There's nothing wrong with being...
A lot of people want to lose that. Actually, most people, I feel like they want to lose that.
Anyway.
Well, okay, but just being excited about life and being, like, curious, like, that is a childlike thing, and, like, I would love to be like that forever. And to me, being as innocent as possible, I don't care. I want to do that, and that's never going to change.
Yeah,
so.
I noticed that as we get older, people seem to really value like this idea of like being mature and growing up because it's really hard when you get older. When you're 24, you have so many expectations. Like you need to be buying a house, you need to have a car, you need to have a really good job, you need to have a husband, you need to have kids. Everyone's like, well, now everyone's like, don't compare to a 30, but a lot of people are like, I need to have a husband, I need to have kids, I need all that stuff. And it's a lot of pressure, which I don't feel actually as much, I think, as a lot of my friends do, because I feel like more chill about it because I don't think I need to follow all that, but I did for a long time. I feel better now, but there's a lot of expectations, and you just want to feel like you have it together because you want to feel like you're failing at life.
Yeah.
So you follow all these rules that someone made up who you don't even know who they are, but someone made them up and you're following them. So I think a lot of people just really don't value innocence and childlike things, and that for me, that is something that I really value. Like, I don't like watching things that are like rated R or even like the worst end of PG-13. Like, I'm 24 and I'm uncomfortable with it, and I don't have to be comfortable with it. If that makes you uncomfortable, then you don't have to listen to me, but that actually makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I'm 24 and I'm not really comfortable about being around people drinking. I've been around a lot of drinking in my life and I don't like it. And I don't really like to be around it. I'm not going to be sitting there going like, you're all sinners or something. I don't think like that. I'm just like, I'm not comfortable right now. I don't want to be in the situation. I'm not like, I'm dying. It's just like not my favorite thing. I'm not like, I don't get like awkward and think that I'm like dying of conflict because I like conflict, but I don't feel comfortable with it. And people always feel like the need to tell me that I need to like be growing up or something.
People are like, oh, do you even know what that is?
Yes. Okay, that is something. We should talk about that.
We are very aware.
You guys, not you, but some people tweet us really inappropriate like jokes and stuff, and
they're like, oh,
and then you
because they never talk about it.
Because we're Amish.
They don't.
And then you think, especially Catherine, you think Catherine doesn't know what you're talking about.
What's a drug?
Jokes on you.
What is an alcohol?
So
okay, stop. But we know
you guys are being the haters now.
We know what you're talking about.
You know, there's such a thing as like knowing what something is, but just not really being attracted to it.
Boy,
I mean,
don't like. You think that we are Amish or something?
If we were all
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with being
And you know what? There's a lot of great Amish people.
There are no Amish people
never
watching
gonna see
this.
I would just like to say that the great thing about life is that we all get to make our own choices. And
Yes.
we make our own
It
choices,
is a great
and
thing.
it's really cool when people respect our choices just like we respect your choices.
The ironic thing is that the lack of logic from the people who really, really promote being free to do whatever they want, and those people get really mad when you choose on your own freedom not to do things. Like, they think freedom only goes one way, to do. You can't be free to not do.
Yeah.
So if you want to promote that freedom, we are also exercising it, and if you don't think we should, then you're going against yourself. We shouldn't be free to do things, we should be free to do them.
Yeah, it's not really fair that people, a lot of you guys DM me about this. It's not fair that a lot of you get like really pressured to drink, because drinking, I mean, it can be dangerous. You can die from it. You can hurt yourself.
You can get
I know people. What?
A lot of bad things can happen.
Okay. A lot of bad things can happen when you're intoxicated, and that's not me being dramatic. It's just the truth. I know a lot of people personally who know someone who's died from it or who have really hurt themselves. I know a lot of stories like that, and it's not really fair that people would pressure someone to do something like
that's
that
potentially dangerous
when it's not even like good for you. So I don't understand that, but that's something I've been wanting to say for a while. So I'm gonna go back to the story I was telling. I was getting really frustrated with everything, and then this last kind of year I started to get really frustrated, and like we'd be in sessions and people they boss you around so much. They're like, we need to turn the harmonies down, or you want to add harmonies, and they're like, no, you don't hear a lot of harmonies in the radio. We're not doing them.
Harmonies are so offensive. I don't know why. Some people love them, but some people are like,
they're like, we'll just do one
this
harmony.
is not a Boys to Men record. Okay, it's a Cimorelli
Stop saying record. Oh my
Problem.
gosh.
Yeah, they get like really critical and like weird about things, and then they don't want you to write personal songs. Our whole writing changed. Can you guys stop? Our whole writing changed when we worked with Liz Rose, which is the woman who co-wrote Taylor Swift's first album with her. And this was a long time. This is 2010. You didn't know we worked with her, did you?
Well, some people do.
Okay. No, I gotta say that. Sorry. This is my personality, and I will put it out there. Catherine's gonna be like nicer, but I'm not that
I'm
nice.
not saying you should be nicer. I'm saying there's a lot of people out there who are just so nice and like supportive, and
Yes, but I still am gonna be
don't
like
all
this
think
because
they
this is
know.
what I'm like. So I'm sorry, guys. If I'm offending you, I'm really sorry, but I am pretty offensive, and I can't change it. So we worked with her, and she like changed everything for us. She said, "What's going on in your guys' lives?" And she asked us what was going on, and she started like writing things. She would like ask us things, and she would write down ideas and be like, "Is this what it was like?" And we were like, "Oh my gosh!" And she showed us how to build a song around what has happened to you. And she was just so complimentary. She was so amazing to work with, and she really built us up, and she really like respected our writing, which made me feel so good about it, because I don't know if I'm doing anything right. Then again, there is actually no right.
Actually, you know what's ironic? I feel like some of the biggest writers that we worked with were the most like hands-off and really respected our writing, and then a lot of the smaller ones were like trying to control it and like,
Yes.
you must say this. A lot of the big ones were really nice and really supportive.
A lot of the biggest, like her, like Liz, she would say like, okay, this is probably gonna stop. She'd say like, this is probably gonna sound really stupid, but here's my idea, and it was always like something amazing. But other people would never say that. Like these biggest people worked with would always talk about how they don't know everything, and blah blah blah. And she would never have rules like, you just said the, you can't say it again. Tons of writers, they literally won't say like the same
or
word
like,
twice.
ooh, you probably shouldn't say that because the general audience will not understand it. It's not radio friendly.
Yeah, they don't think we were.
Yeah, and that's one like approach, but I didn't want. Is the power on here? No, it's not charging. We're trying to charge the laptop, but it's not working. So after all those sessions and all the events and everything we went to, oh yes, it works. It works. After all of that, then I started to get really down. We all started down, but I think I got the most down.
Yeah, you did.
Because I could be a really depressed person. I can get pretty dark. Not very much like I used to in my teenage years, but I can get pretty down and really struggle with that. But I'm pretty good at pulling myself out now. I'm pretty good at pep talking myself. But I started to get really down, and I started to like hate doing YouTube videos and hate everything because it was just too much to deal with. And I was like, why am I even doing this? It doesn't even feel like we're doing anything important. It just felt so dumb. And then we did America, and that was really like industry, I think. Like we didn't get a big push from that, but we did we don't know what I'm talking about though. I feel like I assume you guys know everything, but you don't know what I'm talking about. we did that, and that was good, but it still didn't feel that good. Like, I didn't feel like this is so fulfilling. Then I said, we need to like start making songs that we like. I like that song though, but we need to start making songs that we like are personal.
Like, actually, I love that song, but
yeah, I really like Made in America, but
nothing wrong with that song.
I wanted to do more stuff that was more personal and real. So I said, like, let's write some stuff that's real, and we started writing stuff, and then I made the goal that I wanted our music to be for like me as a teenager, them. Basically, when you're in a situation and you really need to listen to a song, I want you to be like, oh, Cimorelli probably has a song for that. And it's like, you listen to it and you're like, yes, that is my exact situation. Then you listen to it like all day. Like, I've done that. There's like a boy that I liked or whatever's going on. I've literally listened to a song like all day, all week, all month about that person or about that situation because I just needed it so bad because there's no one I could talk to. And I know a lot of you guys have no one you can talk to. A lot of you, like, you DM me and you're like in your room all day sitting on the internet and your family is not really close to you or they're not very nice or healthy or just, it's not a good situation. And it just sucks because you don't have anything you can, anywhere you can like go or anyone you can turn to, and that really sucks. And I can't be there for all of you individually, but like we can be there for you through our music.
Mm-hmm.
And I got kind of scared at this idea because I thought this isn't what like the industry has been teaching us. This isn't what I've been learning in the industry the last few years, and this is like kind of going against it. Do we really want to do this? Because what if that means like we're gonna lose everything? And like this is gonna be a bad idea and it's gonna suck. So, but then I kept getting like really sad and I was like, this is not good. I need to change something. So like we need to change something. So we decided to just give it a try. And this last year we started writing and recording a bunch of songs that we really liked that meant something to us. So many songs. And we started just talking about things a lot more, trying to figure out a vision. And then I was still pretty like down until the European tour. That's when everything changed. So we decided on that tour we were going to be really vulnerable and open with you guys, and we weren't going to try to make our show really like flashy. And
not that our show was ever flashy.
No, we weren't going to try to make it.
At one point we were always talking like, oh, in future tours we'll do this.
We'll get a smoke machine.
For some reason we thought
we never said that.
Smoke machines are good.
Smoke machines, they look so cool.
But they make my throat so dry.
We were talking about what we want to do with the tour. Like, do we want to have like lights and blah 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 and all this stuff, and what do we want to wear and everything? And we looked up like some people we really like, some artists, and we realized that some of the biggest, not the biggest, some of the artists that were like the closest to what we wanted to be. For instance, Ed Sheeran really inspires me. Not musically, like I'm not like I want to make music that sounds just like him because I don't want to copy anyone.
Don't make music sounds just like him.
No, but he really inspires me with his career a lot because he's not polished at all. He doesn't like have this like show that's like so like
plastic
produced. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've been to a bunch. Okay, I've been to a bunch of it's more like a Broadway show. I've been to like a bunch of big concerts, like Britney Spears concert that was very produced, you know?
It was fun.
I've been to a lot of big concerts like that where it's like sets and tons of dancers and
really
like
cool.
the lights and costume changes and everything. And like, I'm not saying we're never gonna have lights at our concerts, but
the dark's gonna be in the dark.
But Ed Sheeran didn't have any of that when I was watching him. He didn't have like any of that, and I was like, whoa, he's so cool because he's not doing any of that stuff, but it's like people still really love watching him, and they love just seeing him be emotional, expressive, and like personal. And I thought it was really cool. So we decided we should just try that. We're really inspired by him and some other artists. So, and we decided to write a song Good Enough, which was really like emotional, and add that in and add a bunch of other stuff, and that was personal. And the first night that we came off of the show, we came off stage after the show, we were all like, what just happened? We were really like confused.
Because to be honest, every show that we've done before that, we kind of got stage like, oh god, that's over. Like we didn't know.
We were like,
it wasn't like, oh, we hate performing, but we never had done a show where it felt like whoa, like we were always just kind of doing random songs and we go together.
And like we would get off, and we would be like, oh, like we performed some in front of some big. Sorry, when I get excited, I like stutter and like mix my words together a lot, and you can't get what I'm saying. But
I only did that when I'm excited.
we performed in front of some big audiences, and getting off stage and being like, whoa, the crowd was amazing. That was fun. Like that's the best experience we'd had before. This was different though. The crowd was amazing every night, but something like really profound happened to us, and we were like, what just happened? That was.
We literally sat down at the table at
all
dinner.
just were like,
we were like,
you know why? Because every show before that, we were trying to like put on a show and be like, all right, because we're on stage, we're happy, and we're doing the same moves. But then this was like, hey, like we're gonna talk to you guys and like tell stories and just be on stage, just be a human being, just be real.
Yeah, and I know, and that was like kind of like a controversial idea because a lot of people have these opinions that we should be doing all these other things.
they're like, your first concert, you have a guitar. Then when you get bigger, you have flashing lights and effects, and then you get an elephant from India.
Which I'm gonna tell you, like I do want, like for a big concert, I do have like a vision in my head, but it doesn't involve
Cutting out the other stuff.
It doesn't involve. It's not what I see people saying we should be doing, like on Twitter. I see a lot of people saying what they think we should be doing. It's not what I want to do. So after the European tour, we were just like shocked, and suddenly I felt like I had a purpose, and I felt like what we were doing was like making a difference and like impacting people in like a positive way, and that was so fulfilling. It was the most fulfilling feeling ever felt. That was 3X.
Yeah.
It was like insane, and I hope everyone gets that feeling in your life, because when you do that, I literally felt like I could die right now and I would be like, I feel like I did something in my life.
We said that. We said the career could end right now and we'd all be happy because we did that, and it's so cool.
Because it was life-changing. Like, I don't even know if most people experience that in their lifetime. I don't know if artists experience that in their career, because it came from connecting with people and being open and singing about things that were very personal and emotional and vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And when you're just performing things that aren't like that, it's not the same. And there was this photographer in Spain. Listen to this. She has been to every big artist who comes to, I think it was Spain?
Madrid. Yeah,
who comes there, and she's been to like Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, all these people she's mentioning. And she said she was at our show. And she gets to be in the front and take pictures, so she gets to see like their interaction with the audience. And she said in her whole career, she had never seen an audience respond to an artist the way that our fans were responding to us. She had never seen that happen before. And we were like, whoa, so this is something special. We weren't just imagining it. It was something like, I can't even explain it or describe it, but it was something that was like so powerful. Oh, you should tweet the link again for anyone who hasn't seen it. And it was the feeling of we're doing the right thing at the right time, we're in the right place, and we're doing something fulfilling. That's when I learned there's a very big difference between getting on stage and just singing a fun song, which is fun. It's fun to perform. Like, I'm not putting that down. It's fun. Like, we did musical theater, and a lot of those shows weren't the most like fulfilling. Actually, a lot of them had great messages, but just fun to perform. You know, that's fun. But does not keep you going and does not wake you up. You don't wake up in the morning and get out of bed for fun. Yeah, it doesn't. If you're like tired and you're depressed,
you don't want to have fun.
Something that's fun is not going to pull you out of bed. It's not going to inspire. It's not going to motivate you. Something that is fulfilling and real and like changing lives.
Meaningful.
Is.
I really think you need both. I think that is the magical combination. When
you start having fun and
that. Like, you know, get yourself all lifted up and like down the dumps at the same time, like let it all out, and then be like,
well, the thing is that if you don't feel like your life has meaning and purpose, which everyone's life has meaning and purpose if you just find it and fulfill it, but if you don't have that, you're not going to want to have fun. Like, I know I've been depressed before. You just don't want to do anything. You just want to lie in your bed and like not do anything. But when you have a meaning and a purpose to your life and you feel that strongly, you're going to want to have fun.
So we started to realize that the industry was a very toxic place. And I think you can know this if you just use logic and you look at people in it and you look at how they've ended up and what kind of bad things have happened, and you look at all the addiction in this industry and you look at all the pain and all the bad things that happen.
Mental breakdowns.
There's a lot of bad stuff that happens. And I started to realize, like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot be in this industry like this and be a healthy, happy, sane person. I just can't do it. It's too painful. I have to like constantly distract myself or I can't do it. And a lot of you guys have different goals for us than we have for ourselves. This is what a main point that I'm going to make. I'm almost actually feel like I can wrap this up soon. I can get to that. And the next point is the industry and what it is versus what we want to be versus what you want for us and what you think of it.
Not that we know what all of you want, but generally.
No, I know what you've said. I know what a lot of you have said. And I've seen it, so I can say that. The industry is a very fake place. It is so fake, and most of it is soulless. When almost every time we go in for like a meeting or a writing session or something and meet these people in the industry say, "Whoa, you guys have this insane energy. Like no one has it. You guys are so positive. I can't believe you have such good energy." And that's like such a compliment because I didn't know that. No people didn't say it to us before in our hometown. You don't just say it to people, but people would say it to us, and I'm like, that means like most of this is not positive. It's mostly negative energy, which sucks. And there's so much pressure to do all this stuff. And the way, this is something I want to tell you guys. You guys don't know this. I guess get that in a second. The album, how that works, but how an album works. In the industry, everything's really fake. Like it's really fake. And people have fake hair. They have
Fake tan.
They have like makeup applied by makeup artists. They have outfits picked out by a stylist.
And just to be extremely vague, you know, certain things that you think that people accomplished, but really it was something that was, you know, involving money.
Okay, I'll say this in a more specific terms, but I won't be that specific. For award shows, there was an award show that I'm not going to mention that you guys really tried really hard for us, and you guys really tried with the votes, and you were just incredible. And we didn't win that one, but you guys were incredible. And then the next year, then it worked out. I'm trying to be so vague here, even though you know what I'm talking about, because I don't want to just say anything. But we learned some things about award shows that some award shows.
We don't know about all of them. Every once we can't.
Some award shows, could be all, but I'm just gonna say some. I don't know. You have to look it up yourself. You can actually look things up and find out things if you want. But some award shows don't have anything to do with like fans actually voting.
And they still let you vote for some reason.
I don't know why you vote.
And they say it's all about fan voting, but it's not.
Some award shows, they don't have to do with that. And I've been in a meeting, I'm going to be very vague, been in a meeting where they were talking about a specific award and how it was a specific brand's award. For instance, pretend that this is called water. The company is called Water. Okay, the water. Okay, no, we have to use a brand. You all know what I'm talking about. The American Art Review Award, American Art Review Style Award, or something, right? The company and the fans are supposed to like vote for it, but the company actually gets to choose that. It has nothing to do with that. Everything just seems so real, but in the industry, most of it is someone paying someone to do something, or owing someone a favor. At a label, you have a bigger artist and smaller artist, and if you're a smaller artist at the label can get you on the radio or in a award show or something by promising that company something with the big artist. So they can say,
even at different times.
They can say, you will play my artist my smaller artist, and in return, I will have my big artist perform at your radio show. Or you will have my artist win an award at your show, and I'll let my big artist perform at your show in return. Or you'll let them present at the show, or you'll let them do something at the show. So a lot of things like that, that's how it works, which you guys don't know. Well, now you do, but no one has said that out loud. I'm not supposed to say that out loud, so I don't know why I just told you that. But no one's going to, well, I'm sure people will get mad at me for that, but I'm not going to go to jail. So I didn't say anything specific. So it's all stuff that gets paid for and is like not all. Okay, it's not all. A lot of it is like paid for favors, blah blah blah. So you can't, if you go around trying to say like these are facts, like,
wow, this person won this award.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you go around and you just say anything as a fact without knowing exactly how it happened, you don't actually know.
Could be dead wrong.
You like talking about even like, I don't know, there's just lots of things. Lots and lots of things. I'm not talking about awards. I don't know why. That's not the sort of thing. I'm not talking about awards. I'm talking about lots and lots of things. It's just how it all works. But you guys don't know, but now you do. And then here's the thing about labels with an album. Everyone keeps saying, "Where's the album?"
Yeah, they're like, release the album already. Like, we just don't want to.
We have recorded so many songs, and most of the songs are not good. Okay, they're like catchy. Like maybe you think they're catchy, but they're not meaningful. You're not gonna remember them in like 4 years, 2 years, 1 year.
If we released our album 2 years ago, you guys probably would not like it.
We would have all untamed.
Maybe some of you would have liked it, but most of you.
There was nothing noteworthy.
It is not. We weren't not withholding anything from anyone. We just realized that you would not like it, and it was not good. But let me tell you how this works. You go into a session, and you have to pay the producer. You have to pay for the studio, first of all. You have to pay per hour,
a room.
and it could be thousands to get one song done, or 1,000 or less to get one song recorded, depending on how long you take. I know one time when we posted a picture of us at a home studio, people were tweeting, "Oh, they're at a home studio. It's not real, professional, whatever." But that's actually
Exact same quality.
false. It's actually very
Same
false.
equipment.
A lot of the biggest producers have home studios.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you said that, you were very false. Sorry. You go to the studio. You work with the producer. You have to pay the producer. Okay, and they can be thousands to hundreds of thousands. The biggest producer, a track from them, can cost $100,000 plus. That's one song. Can
Not
cost that much
necessarily a good song. Just
on your album. Having their name on it can cost that. Okay, that's not all. You have that song, and you paid for those 2 things, and then if you wrote on it, you'll get a percentage of it. Also, a lot of people don't write in their songs, and they still get percentages.
And they still get their name on it.
A lot of artists get their name on the writing credits when they did not write it.
Change a word, get a third.
No, they didn't. It's a deal they do with the producer, and they just know that they're going to get that percentage if they have any kind of whatever. So a lot of times when you see someone's name on a song that they wrote, they didn't actually write it.
Not necessarily a lot of times. Just
there's a lot of ones I know.
Certain.
we don't really
I know for
exact
sure.
number. We haven't run a survey.
There's a lot of producers who have told us, "Oh yeah, this person they didn't write on that." We're like, "Oh, okay." Another thing is that a lot of people don't sing. No. Some people don't sing all of their vocals. Sometimes a producer, if they can sing or if anyone else can sing, they will record some of the harmonies or parts for the artist.
A lot of them.
Or the lead.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's probably one of my favorite artists. They want to sing on that. I'd be like,
So sometimes the people you think are singing are not even singing. That's more rare.
It's not like
That's more rare.
a little bit, yeah.
And then after you paid for all that stuff, then you have to do a photo shoot, and you have to pay hair person to do the hair. This isn't all free stuff. It sounds like it's all free. But it's not. You have to pay makeup. You have to pay a stylist. You have to do the location and the person doing it. And photo shoots can be like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, more than that dollars. They can be really expensive. Then you do a music video. And music videos are generally like $100,000 plus. I think you can do less.
Some people do 3,000.
You can do cheaper ones, but like
But like the high quality with like a full set.
50,000, 100,000 up. From there up is how much they are. So if you're keeping track of this, so far your album is very, very
like
expensive.
a low budgeted music video is like $100,000.
So after your label has spent all that money, then suddenly they're in debt. You could say not in debt, but they are like in the red with you, meaning they haven't made that money back.
Debt, you pay it back.
Well, you don't know. You still make money. Don't say that part. So listen, that's not how it works. So they're going to promote your album, and they're going to try everything they possibly can to get those numbers up with sales, because if they do not get those numbers back, then they just wasted hundreds of thousands or most likely millions. Oh, then they go to the radio with the song, and a radio promo, like tour and all the promo and all that, costs a lot of money. That could be hundreds of thousands to million just for you going as an artist to go around to radio stations and to get your song on. Also could do that, add that into all the stuff I just said. Really, really expensive. So now your label has a lot of pressure on them. They got to get their sales numbers up. And you know that sales aren't really big right now. So think about big sales. If a person sells 1 million of one song, right? The label does not get $1 million for that one song, because iTunes gets a cut, the producer gets a cut, blah, blah, blah. The artist gets a cut. The label gets a small amount of that. Not small, but like not the majority of it. Well, maybe they do. I don't know what the deal is, depending on the numbers, but they don't get all of it. So they can't just sell $1 million and pay back the hundreds of thousands or millions they spent. you need to sell, to just on record sales, you'd have to get a lot to pay that back. So then they got to go to touring, and hopefully you'll make money with that. So basically, it takes a lot to pay back all of that. Now we were being smart, I'm happy about, and we started to see all those numbers, and we're like, I don't really want to be like stuck in all that, so we held off for now on like officially getting that together. But that doesn't mean we're not releasing music, because I'm going to tell you that in a second, that we are releasing new music. That's what I'm going to tell you. So now that you know all of that,
We're not recording an album in our basement that we have recorded and everything is ready.
We're not doing that. We just didn't want to get ourselves in a really bad situation that you don't know, but many artists are in very bad financial or just life situations that you don't know about.
Oh, and another thing, just because an artist releases an album doesn't mean they're going to automatically be the biggest artist in the world or have a bunch of success or everyone's going to love them just because they release an album.
Yeah, but also I would just like to say that it's a business like any other industry, so you invest money and you have to make money with the music sales and stuff to keep the business afloat. How the artists put out music for you guys to hear, and like it's not that anyone's doing anything wrong, you know, by like trying so hard. They're just
these industry people have to feed their
hardworking people trying to feed their
that's
families and make music work.
Really
And when
good point.
people started pirating music, then they all lost a bunch of money, so now they can't take as many risks.
Yeah,
they don't have
really-
as much working capital.
A really good point that you probably didn't understand what I said, but a really good point is that these people, these makeup artists, these label people, all of them are just people who are just trying to feed their families.
Most of them have good intentions and are nice people. We've met a lot
Well,
of them.
I would say actually a lot of them have bad intentions.
But they're nice people.
I think a
But
lot of
there's
them
some
have
good people. And they're trying to feed their families, and this depends on that. So they're not thinking about me. And they're thinking about their life, and they need to feed their family, or they need to buy a Ferrari.
Because like
whatever
Amy
they need to
said,
do.
after they lost a bunch of money, the whole industry just lost a bunch of money, so now they can't afford to take big risks with people and spend all their money on something
So
that they don't know what's going to happen.
This brings me to something that really creeps me out about a lot of things I see on Twitter. You guys, not all of you, some of you guys, hopefully not the people who are watching this, because I feel like hopefully it's not you guys, but a lot of you guys say things that freak me out a lot because you're literally saying like exactly what the industry wants you to say and think. It's kind of like they brainwash people. I don't want to be dramatic here, but you could go as far as to maybe suggest that that some people are kind of like saying things that aren't even true because they just heard it, and you think you want us to do all this stuff that's all polished and professional looking, and you're like, oh, that's not professional that you did this or that, whatever, and you're like, you get all excited. The things you get excited about, a lot of you people are like, you get excited if we're on a red carpet or if we're doing like an expensive photo shoot.
Which is totally
something like that.
understandable, because yes, that is a
Yeah, I get it.
Cool.
But you don't realize what you're getting excited about. The only thing you're getting excited about is people spending money or connections being made, or it's an industry thing is what you're getting excited about. And you don't get excited about more like raw, real things, which kind of freaks me out because life isn't about professional industry things. Life is about like the real moments and human connection and raw things. That's what life is about. But people are repeating what the industry wants them to say. The industry has like elevated itself above the average person. They've created these almost like superhuman looking people in celebrities, and they have access to all the stuff you don't have access to. They have like the best dermatologists, they have the best hair people, they have the best stylists, they have all the stuff that you never have. They make them look and act and do things, or they make themselves, whatever it is, that you will never be able to
It's
do.
highly unrealistic and very depressing.
Yeah, and then news outlets try to make fun of them when they look like normal people.
But news, they feed into it too. So it's like they create this world that's fake, and everyone feeds into it, and like is really.
No wonder people like dehumanize celebrities and treat them like they're objects, or they have no feelings because they're elevated to this godlike status that no one can reach, and it's not real. It's completely fake.
It's really fake, and I have like cried about this a bunch of times. At the Grammys this year, I was in my bed on my phone with my boyfriend, and I was like, this is so sad. I was literally crying, and I was like, it's so fake. They have all these outfits and fake hair and makeup and blah, 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 and all these young girls are watching it thinking they really look like this and thinking they need to live up to that standard when they don't, and I was so emotional about it because I really care about you guys, and I care about what you got yourselves, and how your life goes, and everyone watching, like, my #1 goal, this is the way I want to tell you guys, our goal is not to be these industry robots who reach industry success. I don't want that. But all you guys keep getting mad at us for not doing that. You're like, I want to see them, like, on the charts. I'm not saying I don't want to be on the charts, which you've been on the charts, but I'm saying, like, you're like, I want to see them on the charts. I want to see them at these events. I want to see them doing this professional this and professional that and blah, blah, blah. But not everything has to be polished and professional. And the word professional.
To be honest with you
really
guys,
annoying.
like, I'll speak for a second. Like, personally, when we went to one of our first red carpet events, I came home and I cried. I hated it so much. I did not like being in that environment where everyone is just so, you can just feel the pressure.
No, it's so scary.
It's this tangible feeling in the air of all this pressure, all these people who look perfect, and they're all sitting there pinned back, tucked back, and it's just like, it is a depressing feeling. Not because I felt insecure or was comparing myself. I just felt very empty inside.
Yeah.
And honestly, when my mom comes to us all the time, you know, our mom's like a big part of our career, and she says, like, oh, do you guys want to go to this event? You have tickets to this event. You have tickets to this. Most of the time I say no. I don't want to go. I don't want to be there.
A lot of people ask us to go to their events because it's like promotion for them with our social media, but we don't want to go. And you don't even know, people on these events, these red carpets, a lot of them have makeup on their bodies. They have body makeup on.
No, and they do. It's
you
really
look
common.
at them and you compare yourself to them with, like, contoured arms and legs. You don't have contoured arms and legs. That is not fair.
Yeah, just because there's
all.
like shadow on your arm to make it look slimmer, that's not your real
And
arm.
it's really shocking, I guess, for me as, like, a very young person who had all these ideas and thoughts before we went into the music industry, like, going to these events, because, like, the last time I went to one of these, you think that once, like so many people have these ideas that, like, once I'm really pretty or successful or this, that, or the other thing, then I will be happy or my life will be so much better. But you go to these events and you see these people and you can just see, like, this emptiness in their eyes, and you can see that they don't love what they're doing and they don't like it and they don't want to do it, and it just, they've been caught in this, they've just, like, been sucked into it.
Everyone is so hungry and
most
desperate.
people on the red carpet look very anxious, but you don't see that because when they get on the camera, they smile. But when once they get off the camera, a lot of people on these red carpets look very anxious and very unhappy, and it's kind of scary. So I just want to say, if you have these goals for us and you really want to see us doing all these professional industry things, I'm really, really sorry to disappoint you, but it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying we're never gonna go to another event again. We're never gonna do anything ever again. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you guys have all these things, and you talk about our career moves and, like, they should have done this, they should have done that. Their label should be doing this, whatever, all this stuff. I don't want any of that. After we went to Europe, I realized that all I want to do is help you guys as much as possible and be, like, the best role model I can and help heal you guys as much as possible through our music and our words. And that is all I want.
We don't want you to think of us as these godlike people with this perfect hair and perfect makeup, because that's not who we are.
I mean, look at me, my eyeliner's horrible today.
We are just literally normal people who are weird and awkward, and we have a lot of insecure moments. And we don't want to be perfect. We don't want to be this perfect image. I mean, you can probably tell that if you look at my social media. There's a lot of just, like, chilling
And again,
things.
we're not trying to put down anyone in the music
I'm not
industry,
putting anyone down.
because a lot of
saying I don't
people,
want to
I
do
guess there are a lot of people who want to do this and they want to live that lifestyle.
They want to live perfect all the
They want to
time.
do that. That's totally their thing.
fine, because they can do what they want.
It's not like only people who get history. People in every
exactly.
town are like,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's like
We
the
tried
whole,
it.
like, popularity contest.
tried it
But
once.
I checked out of that.
Okay, but it does make me really upset because these people can see, like, they're affecting, like, people watching them and they don't care. Like, I hate to say this, but a lot of these people do not care about their fans or the public at all.
I heard it.
Yeah, and I heard about, like,
We've heard a lot of
you know
behind the
what?
scenes stuff, unfortunately.
They don't care about themselves either. They're just
Guys, there was this one.
Yeah, it's
there was
fine.
this one president's wife. I don't know who it was, but I heard this from someone. And she slept with her makeup on because she never wanted her husband to see her without. Do not say it. I don't want to say it. Then she never wanted to see her husband to see her without makeup. And, like, to me, that just is a whole portrait of the industry. It's like, you never want anyone to see you without makeup, or you never want them to see you trip on stage or mess up a note or anything. And it's like, what are you, a robot? You're, like, going to program perfection? You can't do that.
What is this, Age of Ultron?
And I know that a lot of you guys want to see that.
We don't want to be perfect.
No, actually, a lot of them just, I think people in general just want to see real people and be like, oh my god.
No, a lot don't want that though. It's uncomfortable. A lot of people are really uncomfortable with emotion and like real stuff. And when we do this stuff, it makes you really uncomfortable. You're like, fake ride, or you're like, I just want to hear like professional blah blah.
If someone
blah.
says, "Oh, that's unprofessional," generally not the person that would be.
Okay, professional is someone who gets paid to do something, and I have to tell
That is
you,
a word that is
a
thrown
lot
around.
of professionals really suck. I'm sorry. We've worked with a lot of like makeup artists who do really ugly makeup, and a lot of producers who produce really bad things for us. And we're like, this is bad.
You know what? They're all really nice, lovely people.
Everyone's but just because you're a professional does not. Okay, this is a comment for you guys watching. Like a lot, we've worked with a lot of like graphic designers, and like a lot of them just really suck, and people at like labels and stuff. But like, you guys create better graphic design stuff than a lot of them, and I'm actually working with one of you on something right now because I would rather work with you guys on a lot of this stuff than some of these professional people because they are not as good as you guys. Just because they got elevated in this industry and they can make more money and they have like some sort of name attached to them, whatever, does not mean I need to work with them instead of you guys. You guys do a lot of things way better.
And also, a professional is still just a person, and before they're a professional, they were not a professional. And then, the tricky thing is that when they're a professional, everyone's like, oh, you have to listen to them. And then, if you go back like 5 years before they were, they'll be like, don't listen to them. It's the same person! It's the same brain!
The only difference is that the literal definition of a professional is that they get paid to do something.
I'm wondering if you guys have questions, but not. Please don't say follow me. Please. Can you just no? Because I can't see the questions.
No, I'm gonna follow
No,
y'all later.
I want to know questions real quick at hashtag Cimorelli livestream. Can you just tweet questions? Because I really want, like, I do want to follow you guys. I know that's really important to you, but I really want to know if you have questions because I'm sure this is kind of confusing.
There's like a minute delay, so they'll come up.
Okay. So we'll answer those, and we'll wrap this up, and then we'll tell you what we're going to tell you.
Yeah, because we're not waking up or anything, guys.
No, we're just trying to keep it.
Definitely not.
Actually, more than ever, I feel like we're more united.
We're more strong.
We're
yeah.
really more just like, I don't know.
I feel like we just want to get on the same page as you guys, so we can
this
all
is what
unite.
we decided. We decided that we are not going to follow the industry rules anymore, and just because we're in the industry does not mean you need to follow everyone and work with everyone who we think we need to and do everything. I decided that, I don't know if it's possible because I don't know who even does this, but I still want to do music and like tour and create music and release it to you guys, but I do not want to follow the industry rules or standards. I do not want to have to do things just because everyone else did it that way. I am not going to do that. I cannot do it. It will make me really depressed and miserable. I physically cannot get myself to do that. A lot of people can. They can, like, I mean, to be honest, I actually wish I was one of those people. I wish that I could just go on stage and just sing like a catchy song and just be like, blah, 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 and like dance around and be happy with that. I cannot. It would be a lot easier if I could do that because I wouldn't be all like conflicted.
Harry Potter.
But I cannot. I cannot do that. But I don't want to leave you guys, and I don't want to not do all this stuff. So I just want to change the way we're doing things and stop following these dumb rules. But if you guys keep following them, it's kind of like hard when we're trying to like branch away from it, and you're trying to push us back into the rules. We don't want to do that. Why can't we try something new with you guys?
And in your
can be a
life
part
in
of it.
general, you should just take a look at yourself and ask, am I living the way that I want to live, and is this making me happy, or am I just putting myself in a little box because I feel like I have to? Because that's a personal thing that you might want to work on.
Okay. Also, a disclaimer, we really appreciate everything you guys do. Every single time you've supported us, said something positive, and just been there for us, we notice it, and it means a lot.
Yeah, and it may seem like we're focusing, it may seem like we're just focusing on all the negative comments, and
because I am.
Well, she is, but I mean, let me just finish. And only care about the negative things, and we don't see the positive stuff. But
it's not true.
Definitely wrong, because we see all of the positive things that you say. When you guys say positive things, it means so much to us. We're just trying to address the negative thoughts, and maybe you guys aren't trying to be offensive or rude. You're just saying what you think is true. So we're just trying to
say that, so it doesn't apply.
Yeah, most of you guys watching this don't even say any of these things. Christina just wanted to like put it out there.
Yeah, so I'll say that is that I really appreciate you guys, and
really
a lot of you helped cheer me up when I was feeling this the other night, and I was DMing some of you guys, and you were like being so supportive, and I just really appreciated it. It's just the people who want us to be all that industry stuff that kind of get me down, because it's just kind of sad to me, but I just have to learn to ignore it. It's just kind of hard, and I'm just being open and honest and telling you guys that. But I really, really appreciate your support. Like, you don't even know how much it means to us. We appreciate it so much, and it means so much to us, and it makes such a difference for us. Like, it's the greatest gift we've ever gotten. It's just, I had to say all this negative stuff because I had to be open about it, and I'm sorry this is negative. So now we're going to make, what?
Wait, Kat, come back.
We're going to make an announcement now. So I've been wanting to release music for a long time, but we had all these things in the way. So I thought, like, how can we get this out of the way? We're going to release 9 songs within, I think, the next week. I'm not going to tell you the date because I hate telling you a date and then it not happening because we were having some technical difficulties with the songs, with the mixing. Oh, you don't know this. After you record a song, it gets sent to, the producer does it, then it gets sent to a mixer, and a mixer mixes the song. Most artists that you know probably don't listen to the mixes. They just, like, the mixer does it and their label tells them if it's good or not. We listen to every single mix and make comments on every single one and say, like, oh, turn this up, turn that down, change this, change that, too much highs, too much lows, change the bass, whatever. So we've been working on, for a long time,
And these 9 songs, we recorded them ourselves.
We're not ourselves, though. That's a little misleading.
No,
we're not holding ourselves.
We recorded them.
But we decided on this one. There's a lot of people we could work with, a lot of connections we have, but we decided we wanted to do something that was more, like, real for this. So we wanted to make something that was, like, really personal and, like, a little more, like, raw. So we're making it's acoustic, but it's not, like, the most acoustic thing in the world. But I'm just calling all the things acoustic. So it is acoustic, but it's not, like, too stripped down. And I really like it. I really like all the songs, and it's okay if you don't like them. But a lot of songs you guys already know, most of them. Yeah. Well, somewhat. So we are going to release 9 songs, and here's the giant surprise. They're going to be free!
I love free music. And available worldwide.
We're doing a mixtape, so we're not going to have any of these problems like, it's not available in my country, because I was really, like, upset that we had all these problems every time we did stuff.
And with iTunes, you can't control it. You have to have, like, some person working on it that, like, may or may not come through.
Yeah,
it's really
and I was, like, really upset about that, and, like, I wanted to like get this out to as many people as possible. So we are doing a free mixtape, and it's called Hearts on Fire. And I'm really excited about it.
That is the goal for this mixtape, is to get it to as many people as possible. That's our goal. We want to get it to as many people as possible. I want everyone to hear it.
Yeah, I want you guys to be, like, have something that you can, like, believe in, that, like, I think it's, like, a helpful thing to people. It's like songs about, like, boys are, like, expressive, and then songs about, like, life can be, like, helpful and advice. But I just like expressing feelings and, like, being real with you guys. So I do not want you guys to be our promotion robots. That is not. Okay, most people, I think, kind of think of their followers as promotion robots. Okay, a lot of people do. I do not think of you guys as promotion robots. Please never think that. That is not what I care about. I care about your well-being more than anything. More than anything. That's why I want to make this free, so everyone can have it. I want to make sure everyone can get it, and it's worldwide. It's very easy to get. I hope there are no problems with it. That's the other thing. I have to, like, test it out and see if it's going to work, because I don't want to announce a date and then it doesn't work. So it's going to be kind of a surprise when we're springing on you in hopefully the next week, because we have a lot going on that I'm not going to talk about, but there's a lot of stuff going on the next week, and I'm hoping this will work. Things happen, like today our power went out, so sometimes that happens. And then,
that's why we're not in our house.
Yeah.
Just roll with punches.
And people get really mad, like, you said this was going to happen, so I don't want to say it because I'm not 100% sure.
Someone says they're glad it's free because they were going to sell their kidneys.
So it's basically an album, but it's free. So we're giving you what you wanted.
Yeah.
And we're going to do acoustic versions because I want it to be more raw, and I want to just try it out.
It's not like acoustic, like, oh, just us with the guitar. It's, like, cool stuff.
It's really cool. And then we'll probably come out with more produced music after it, because I have a producer that I really want to work with that I think we're going to work with on the next songs. That sounds really cool. So I think we're going to do more produced music after this, but right now we're working with our mixer, and he's really incredible, but it's not finished. It's almost finished, but we have to get the last technical things finished on it. So hold tight. So it's not going to be the same quality. Like Renegade, for instance, was, like, really big name, like, big high up kind of producers. Like, the person we recorded with did, like, all this like Usher stuff in the studio, and then the producer had done like tons of like Chris Brown, like Nicki Minaj. So that was like really high quality. This is like not quite as polished, but it's really cool because it just, you still get the good listen to it. My main concern was you can listen to it and feel like the emotion and the good vibe.
I am so excited for you guys to hear it. Literally, these songs, I listen to them all the time in my car.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we know.
going through boy stuff right now and listening to all of our songs over and over because literally nothing else sounds good to me. And I'm really excited because not that they're all about boy stuff, but some of them are, and that's just like relationships in general in life. Like these songs,
part of your experience.
I know. I think our biggest goal is that these songs will become those songs that you guys need to hear and that you guys want to listen to all the time, and they make you feel better. They make me feel better. So I hope that you guys have the same experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope you guys are excited, and because it's basically an album, but it's free. Because I want you to know that we want everyone to be able to have it, and you can spread this around to everyone. The only time I would ever ask you for my, hopefully my whole life, is if I want you to spread something around that I think will help people, and I think this is going to be like helpful for people who want to express feelings and just want songs that are fun and whatever. So,
And if you ask us how you guys can support us, sharing this mixtape with your friends and stuff, it would be the #1 best thing. Like, we just want it to reach as many people as possible. And yeah, we're not trying to make money off of it. It's free. It's just all about getting the message out there, getting those words to people who need these songs. So if you guys could just share it with people you know, that would be the best way that we would just appreciate so much if you could support us that way.
and
I'm so excited.
yeah, I'm really, 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 really
And
excited.
we are getting the artwork together right now, which looks.
Oh my gosh, I love the artwork, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Our brother shot it. He's amazing.
He's
So,
very
yeah.
talented.
Oh, also, anyone who's watching right now on the East Coast, if you don't know, we are coming to the East Coast on June
4th through the 7th.
and we're going to
Baltimore,
New York,
New York, New Jersey,
Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York City,
Freehold, New Jersey,
and
Glenside,
Glenside,
We just opened up new VIP tickets because they sold out. So we just put more VIP tickets in. If you didn't get VIP, there's more now.
Yes.
Hi, Ashley. My friend Ashley's watching. Just want to say hi.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching this.
Yeah.
I think that's basically all I had to say. Someone said you haven't mentioned when it's available. I did actually mention it. I said in the next week I'm hoping it will be available, and I can't tell you exactly why. When.
It's so great because all these people are saying, if insert song here isn't one of them, I'm leaving. But all the songs you're talking about.
I can't say exactly when because I'm trying to figure out, because I'm just a person and I can't just make things just happen
Guys,
just
by
because I
the
want to
way,
do.
it's called the Hearts on Fire mixtape because the song Hearts on Fire is on it, which is a new
Oh,
song
I
that
can't
you
wait
haven't
for you guys to hear
heard.
it.
It's so
I'm going to download my own mixtape.
Me too.
Me too.
So do you have any questions? And then we're going to
Yes, please let us
love
know
you
if you have any
guys.
questions. Or there's any
I
misunderstandings.
can't wait to hear the mixtape. I want to know what your favorite songs are on it.
Hopefully you guys don't hate me
I
now.
have to say that. Wait, are we allowed to say what any of them are or no?
No.
We should.
Why not?
Should
we?
Why?
Should we tell them what's on
Oh, I like this person. Their whole necessary rant about the industry all makes sense now. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. There's so much more I could say.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to Natalie Sim because she's my favorite Twitter, and she tweeted aggressively choose Bobo. We were doing the rant, so I just thought it was funny.
Choose what?
Bobo.
Oh
I had
my
Boba
God.
yesterday.
I want boba so
I've
bad.
never.
Oh, and a couple people were saying, what is mixtape? A couple of other people were answering that, saying in between an EP and an album, but I don't really know what that
No,
is.
this is
That
common
doesn't really-
in the hip hop world
Yes.
because they weren't signed. A lot of them weren't signed, and they had to find a way to get their stuff out, so they would just do it for free, a mixtape. This is what Drake did in the beginning of his career. He'd do mixtapes, and then Sam Hunt, one of my favorite artists, he put out a mixtape in country first before his album. So it's just a way of getting music out there for free.
It's not
Free music.
necessarily in between EP and album.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with
A
that.
lot of mixtapes will have like 23
They
songs.
are an
They're
album.
longer than an album.
Yeah,
It's just free music.
It's not an EP.
yeah, like in the old days, probably started out with like handing out CDs and stuff, and then it transferred
Yeah,
to the
this is a
internet.
mixtape.
Basically,
It's a
this is what
mixtape.
happens. We will post a link, and then you click on it, and then it will say download songs, and you click, and then it will download them to
You
your
have to
iTunes.
put in like your not your address, sorry. You have to put in like your zip code and your email or something, like 2 things, and then it downloads for
Yeah,
free.
it sends you the file to your email address. That's how you download it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it just goes onto your iTunes.
And I'm really like nervous about this because it's like acoustic and more stripped down and stuff, and I know that you guys wanted all this other stuff that we're not doing is like different than what you wanted. So I've been like trying to do it but procrastinating on a lot of stuff because it was made me so nervous because I don't know if everyone's gonna hate it. So that's why I've been like putting it off because it does make me like really scared because this is not. I don't know if pop people like ever put mixtapes out. Yeah, it's just not a thing. Well, but it came to me last like November. We were sitting at a table and I was like, we should do a mixtape, and then we were like,
yeah. I would like to title this the name of this live stream, "Rules and Why You Should Break Them."
Okay.
So there you go.
Unless they're safety precaution rules.
Oh. Someone's rule you should break.
I like this tweet from I like this tweet from Charmaine. You probably can't read it. Wow. Why?
Oh, it's rainbow.
Why is it purple? But anyway, it says, just drop my mixtape. It's Hearts on Fire.
I get it.
Okay, looking through a few things, then we're gonna get off.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Give us questions.
Yeah, give us the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And Lisa, they can't answer the question.
Just put it in the speaker.
It sounds good on this one, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
More.
Oh my God.
Tried so hard to ignore it. I tried to pretend I don't care. But by the way my heart is pounding, it's impossible to pretend it's not for you. I so I know you love to keep me waiting. I'm a mess around you. There's no way out of this, and you know exactly what you're doing. You know I'm so done. It's not fair to say I can't let you go. You know you're so confusing. I should have.
I listened to you guys because you guys said petition for a Lauren chorus and I'm a mess, and we got Lauren and Lisa singing it because I heard you guys say you wanted that, so I care.
I care.
All right, any last questions?
Now we have to go rehearse for our East Coast tour.
Explain Trash Boat, and my name is Trash Boat on Twitter because my little brothers are watching
the regular show,
cartoons,
my favorite
and
show.
watching the regular show, and then I don't even know what's going on, but
basically the guy
he
wanted to change his name, so he changed his name.
Headlines across the world: ignorant man
change his name to Trash Boat.
So I just thought it was funny, and I did that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
An ignorant man.
Yes, I'm an ignorant man, and I changed my name to Trash Boat.
I'm have to agree with that.
So yeah.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Any questions?
And a lot of people are like, Lauren, why do you not speak in the live stream? Well, Christina was talking a lot, so I wasn't going to be like, oh, JK, Christina, I'll talk instead of you.
Christina forced us not to talk.
No, she did not.
Someone said, do you see anything positive in the music industry?
Yeah, the ability to reach lots of people and put out, I can tell you, there's literally bands/albums that have, like, saved my life. Like, I don't know what I would have done going through these times where if I couldn't listen to those songs and, like, watch those videos, like, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
That's
so
the industry.
Yeah, but that's
part of it.
Industry. Working in the industry, there's a lot of downs, but there are ups. And you do meet some genuine, cool people, you know, that's cool.
Every once in a blue moon.
Did anybody ever tweet me? I didn't see any.
Are there still VIP tickets for June 5th? There should be. I know that we just released a lot more VIP tickets for certain dates. I don't know which ones, but just come see us.
You have to check.
If you see me, then say hi because I'm looking at the thing right now.
What?
It's also as a
What does that mean?
If we don't hate you, Chris.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but someone wanted me to say get a grip woman in Portuguese, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like I'm not even
Someone said that to me, and
I don't even know how to
thought
say
it
it.
was funny, and then
Oh.
tweeted it.
The Ask Christina video. I'm putting that up. I wanted to wait till the mixtape for it, and I want it to wait until then, so it is going to be up in the next week, I hope. Assuming all the technical stuff goes right. I'm hoping within a week. It's kind of an embarrassing video of me, but I'm going to put it up. Yes, it is. I'm being really like bossing it.
I'd like to give a shout out to Haley Cimorelli, my life with a Y. You are always so positive. I see you on Twitter. I know we've met you a bunch of times and seen you on Twitter all the time. You're always lifting us up, and you're always so positive, and thank you. And there's many others I want to thank, but it would take me hours to thank all of them. Yeah. So thank you, because I really appreciate every time I see like a nice tweet. I might not always get a chance to reply to it, but it always lifts me up. I'm just like, it's so nice.
It does mean a lot. Even when people just DM me like, hey, just want to say I love you, it's like, that means a lot.
I know. Also, people are saying, are you moving away from LA because you want to get away from the industry? No, because we're moving. Into a different kind of music industry? Well, it's the same kind of thing, but it's the same thing, but it's a different group of people, so that's good. And I do want to get away from LA because I don't like it.
Yeah.
LA is just music.
I'm miserable here.
Yeah, LA.
I also want to say something to Brooke. You know who you are. Yes, I did promise that we would come to Rochester, New York, and just because we're not coming right now, this is not the only time we will ever come to the East Coast, because we'll be being there a lot more times, and we will be there. Just be patient, please. I promise we'll be there.
And we're working on more touring right now, so.
Yeah, don't worry. We're working on a lot of stuff.
Love touring.
Oh, yeah, we are working on a lot of stuff, so.
Don't despair.
Don't despair. So glad we finally released it. I kept giving people on Twitter, I think it was Louise, I don't remember, and I was like, just, think outside the box. It's like, when is the announcement? I'm like, think outside the box. I'm like, well, now we announce it, so.
Mixtape. Yeah, we'll have a date soon because
very
it's
soon.
coming out.
Well, so I think everyone's kind of wondering what our actual goals are now. We got to get off in a minute, by the way, like literally a minute. Our actual goals, that if you want to actually know, are we want to have a lot more touring, because that's where we get to meet you and like sing for you. So I want to tour a lot more, and you guys can actually help with that a lot. You have helped a lot with that, so thank you. We want to tour a lot and meet you guys and then perform all these songs for you guys, and we don't care about the other stuff. So it's kind of basically that: release music and tour, meet you guys, talk to you guys, release more like videos in other ways too, other kinds of videos. Other kinds of film type projects.
Content.
So that's all I want to do. We don't need to focus on like the industry side of things. Just ignore that. Please ignore that. We don't have to focus on that. Just because they want us to do it doesn't mean we have to. It doesn't mean
we just want to tour and release as many songs to you guys as possible. That's our biggest goal.
I want to focus on you guys.
Yeah, we're not trying to. Yeah.
Exactly. And I want you to focus on you guys instead of you focusing on the industry, because you don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need this guy.
So I would say that is good.
I think you're right.
So let's say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you guys for being the most amazing fans ever in the world.
We should do last week.
We love you.
Bye.
Yeah, a lot.
Can't wait for some promo pictures.
Oh, something else I wanted to say. Even though we did just about the music industry. And we're not. I'm gonna say this. We're not trying to say that we regret having this career or we don't like it or anything about that. We're not trying to bash people who have careers. Not anything. Just a general thing. Because this career is honestly the best thing that has ever happened to us, specifically this last year that we've had, and it has just been, we finally found exactly what we want to do and where we want to be in life, and it feels right for once. And it's coming in
You feel really good. We're good. We're like good.
Except for I don't have a boyfriend, so.
Yeah.
We're happy with everything, so
Still,
we don't need to prove
I am
that.
happy with the last.
Yeah, and
okay.
You have to have the negative stuff, and you like go through it and you grow and you.
Yeah, we're great. I'm so grateful for everything that
happens.
happens.
If you're trying to be negative stuff, then
You're never gonna
experience highs and contrast to the lows. You're not gonna grow and become better. You're just gonna sit there. And
yeah, and if we stayed in NorCal and our whole lives and never moved to LA and tried,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's literally nothing wrong with it, but we would have wondered our whole lives. What if we tried, you know?
So I'm happy with where we are. I'm really happy with where we're going. I feel really good about it. So let's all go in the same direction. Okay? I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Love you guys so much.
Twitter following party. on
the band.
On the band. So tweet us, yo. Woo!
If you have, if you have any, if you have any questions for me, just DM me on my Instagram. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.